Building on the story behind the film, it becomes clear that Anne Bancroft was not the first actress considered for the role of Mistress Robinson. Initially, Hollywood had other performers in mind, but decisions changed due to casting directors' preferences, actor availability, and the vision of the filmmakers. The process involved many auditions and discussions, with some stars vying for the part, yet none fit the director's evolving expectations quite like Bancroft did in the end. Behind the scenes, there were debates about her age, her acting style, and her ability to portray the complex character convincingly. Interestingly, other well-known actresses were passed over because of concerns about their image or their chemistry with the lead actor, Dustin Hoffman. Ultimately, Bancroft's performance elevated the film's impact, becoming iconic and defining her career. This casting twist highlights how timing, intuition, and a little bit of luck can shape cinematic history. As we explore more, we see that this decision contributed greatly to the film's enduring legacy. Dustin Hoffman and Anne Bancroft were only 6 years apart in age, even though their characters, Benjamin and Mistress Robinson, appeared to come from different generations. This small age difference was interesting because it showed that age is just a number and can sometimes be surprising. The movie focused on a young, naive college man named Benjamin, who was just starting his life, and an older married woman, Mistress Robinson, who was more experienced and older. Despite the age gap, Hoffman and Bancroft's real ages made their performances feel natural and genuine. Their characters' relationship was complicated because of their age difference, but seeing how close they actually were in age made the story more interesting. It also showed that sometimes feelings and connections go beyond age. The film was special because it used this small age gap to explore themes of innocence, experience, and the bridging of different worlds. Their age difference added depth to the story and made their characters' interactions more believable, showing that life and emotions are unpredictable and often defy expectations. As the story unfolded, it became clear that age was just a detail, not a barrier, in the characters' connection. This helped viewers see that what matters most are feelings and personal choices, not the numbers on a birth certificate. The movie remains memorable because it captures these ideas through the performances of Hoffman and Bancroft, who brought authenticity to their roles despite their close age. Throughout the film, their age difference was a small but powerful detail that deepened the story's themes and made the characters' journey more compelling. Certainly, when casting the film, the filmmakers faced a decision regarding the age difference between the lead actors. To address this, they chose to cast a much older actor for the role of Mr. Robinson, which helped bridge the age gap that otherwise might have been evident in the story. This choice reflects a common trend in Hollywood, where older women are often cast in roles as older characters, but younger men frequently play roles that should align with much older characters. By casting an older actor for Mr. Robinson, the filmmakers aimed to make the story more believable and visually consistent, especially given the age dynamics of the characters involved. This approach also highlighted how Hollywood tends to prioritize certain casting conventions, often choosing age-appropriate actors to enhance the realism of the story, even when it means casting actors significantly older or younger than the character's age might suggest. Such casting choices are seen as a practical solution to available talent and the demands of storytelling, balancing the need for a convincing character portrayal with the realities of the actors' ages and careers. This decision demonstrates how filmmaking often involves creative solutions to technical or narrative challenges, reflecting broader industry patterns that influence the way stories are told on screen. In the movie, the theme of the generational gap is clearly shown through the way the characters are named and addressed. The younger characters, such as Benjamin and his friends, are called by their first names, which suggests a sense of familiarity and closeness among the younger generation. This choice of using only first names for the young group helps to portray their casual attitude and their connection to new ideas and modern ways of thinking. On the other hand, the older characters are known as Mr. or Mistress followed by their last names. This formal way of addressing them highlights the respect, tradition, and sometimes distance that exists between the older generation and the younger one. The difference in how the characters are named visually and linguistically emphasizes the divide between old and new ideas, traditional values, and changing times. This contrast makes the audience see the clear separation in perspectives and attitudes based on age, and it shows how the younger characters are more open and informal, while the older characters hold on to more formal and conservative ways. Such a simple detail in naming adds depth to the story, making the theme of the generation gap more obvious and relatable. It also reflects the evolving social norms and the different outlooks held by each generation, illustrating how age influences perceptions and interactions. Throughout the film, this naming convention acts as a symbol for the broader cultural and emotional divide that many families experience when different generations come together. The film uses this subtle detail effectively to underscore the contrast, and sometimes the tension between old traditions and new ideas, illustrating the ongoing challenge of understanding and bridging the gap between generations. Although many people associate the song Mistress Robinson with the film The Graduate and the character Mistress Robinson, its original intent was quite different. The song was actually written by Simon and Garfunkel about Mistress Roosevelt, the wife of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. When the duo was asked to create music for a movie, they were asked to write 3 songs. However, Mistress Robinson was not immediately part of that initial list. It was only later that they developed the song, and even then, only a fragment of it was used in the film. The song's connection to the movie came after it was written, leading to its famous association with the character and the story. Over time, Mistress Robinson became more known as a standalone hit, often linked to the film, but originally it was a song inspired by a different person entirely. The transformation from its original intent to its cultural significance shows how music can evolve and take on new meanings beyond its initial purpose. Despite the change in focus from Mistress Roosevelt to Mistress Robinson, the song remains a milestone in musical and film history, capturing a moment when music and movies intersected in a way that left a lasting impression on audiences. After considering the choices for the soundtrack of the film, the producers hesitated to include songs by Simon and Garfunkel, specifically The Sound of Silence and Scarborough Fair. They worried that these well-known tracks might distract viewers from the story or overshadow the film's emotional depth. The producers feared that the familiarity of these songs could take away from the original mood they wanted to create, or make the film seem more commercial than artistic. Despite these concerns, the soundtrack choice was ultimately made, and including these songs proved to be a good decision. The soundtrack became a massive hit, and greatly contributed to the film's success. People loved the music, and it helped set the tone of the movie beautifully. The inclusion of Simon and Garfunkel songs showed how music can influence a movie's atmosphere and connection with the audience. Even with the initial hesitation of the producers, the soundtrack's popularity confirmed that using these familiar yet powerful tracks was the right choice. The success of the soundtrack helped boost the film's reputation and made it even more memorable for viewers. The overall effect was that the songs became an integral part of the movie, enhancing its emotional impact and helping it resonate with a wide audience. This decision demonstrates how sometimes taking a risk with well-loved music can pay off, making a film more engaging and unforgettable. The story of the soundtrack reflects how careful choices, even those based on doubts or fears, can lead to unexpected success and lasting popularity. Although Robert Redford auditioned for the role of Benjamin, he was not chosen because the casting directors felt he was not believable enough as a loser. This decision highlights how specific qualities are essential for certain parts in a film, and casting often depends on how well an actor can embody the character's personality and background. Meanwhile, for the role of Mistress Robinson, the filmmakers considered several famous actresses, including Doris Day, Ava Gardner, Ingrid Bergman, and Rita Hayworth. These women were all well known for their talent and screen presence, but ultimately, Anne Bancrofts was selected for the part. Her casting proved to be a perfect choice because she brought a unique depth and complexity to the character. Anne Bancroft's portrayal of Mistress Robinson became iconic and is still renowned today. Her ability to portray a woman with hidden emotions, vulnerability, and strong personality traits made her stand out among other options. The casting process reflects the careful decisions filmmakers make to find the right actor for each role, balancing talent, look, and how well they can bring the character to life on screen. Portions of the casting choice, such as rejecting Redford, show how nuanced and unpredictable casting decisions can be, often relying on the actress's chemistry with other cast members and their ability to fit the director's vision. Through her performance, Anne Bancroft left a lasting mark in film history, proving that the right casting makes all the difference in creating memorable characters. Despite being advised not to take on the role of Mistress Robinson, Anne Bancroft decided to go against expectations. Up to that point, she was known for many wholesome and respected roles that portrayed her as a kind and nurturing character. People around her believed that playing a seductive and controversial character like Mistress Robinson would harm her image and distract from her reputation as a serious actress. However, her husband Mel Brooks saw her talent and believed she could handle the complex role. He encouraged her to take the part, knowing the potential it had to showcase her range as an actress. Anne Bancroft listened to her husband's advice and accepted the role, even though it was risky. When she played Mistress Robinson, the film became a huge success, and the character became one of the most iconic figures in movie history. Her portrayal was powerful and memorable, but it also meant she became closely identified with that role. After that, audiences and filmmakers often associated her with her portrayal of Mistress Robinson, which limited her opportunities to explore other kinds of roles. Nonetheless, her decision to take on such a daring part showed her courage and willingness to challenge herself as an actress. The role marked a turning point in her career and left a lasting impression on the film industry. Despite Mel Brooks's doubts about Dustin Hoffman's ability to play Benjamin in the film adaptation, Hoffman decided to audition for the role. Many expected the part of Benjamin to go to a tall, handsome actor, as described in the original novel. However, Hoffman's audition convinced the filmmakers to cast him, even though he was much shorter and Jewish, two traits that did not fit the typical Hollywood image of a leading man at the time. Hoffman's casting was unexpected, but turned out to be a turning point for his career. His portrayal of Benjamin made him a star, and changed how Hollywood viewed physical appearance and acting skill. This casting decision also influenced the industry by opening doors for other talented but non-traditional actors like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. The choice to cast Hoffman showed that talent and presence could outweigh traditional looks, marking a significant shift in Hollywood's casting practices. His success in the role proved that different physical appearances could bring depth and authenticity to a character, encouraging filmmakers to choose actors based on skill rather than just appearance. This unexpected casting was a bold move that helped Hoffman's career skyrocket and challenged long-standing ideas about who could be a leading actor. It demonstrated that talent and dedication are more important than conforming to conventional Hollywood standards, and inspired future generations of actors to pursue roles regardless of their looks. Anne Bancroft was an actress known not only for her talent, but also for her innovative approach to acting. She understood the importance of developing a unique style that set her apart in Hollywood. Inspired by the work of other great actors, she embraced techniques that emphasized subtlety and honesty in her performances. Her acting style often involved nervous energy and delicate gestures that conveyed deep emotions without the need for many words. This approach made her performances feel genuine and relatable. In particular, her ability to use facial expressions effectively was remarkable. She knew how to communicate complex feelings through a simple look or a slight change in her expression, making scenes more powerful and memorable. Bancroft's performances often featured silent moments, where her expressions alone told the story. Showing her mastery of nonverbal communication, her work was influenced by actors like Hoffman, who was known for a nervous yet subtle stage presence. She also absorbed techniques from directors like Nichols, who placed great emphasis on facial cues and silent scenes to deepen the storytelling. These methods brought a fresh perspective to acting in Hollywood, inspiring many other performers and filmmakers to explore new ways of expressing emotion. Anne Bancroft's dedication to authentic, nuanced acting helped push the boundaries of traditional performance and left a lasting impact on the art of acting. Her ability to combine vulnerability with strength transformed her roles into powerful portrayals that continue to influence actors and directors today. Her legacy of innovation in acting is remembered as a significant contribution to the craft. Although Anne Bancroft was a renowned actress known for her powerful performances on stage and screen, her career also intersected with the innovative work of director Mike Nichols. Nichols' directorial approach in his second film, The Graduate, was filled with risks, especially considering the unconventional shots and angles he chose to use. He was willing to step outside traditional filmmaking methods to create a fresh and engaging story. His daring choices included unusual camera angles, unique editing techniques, and a visual style that was different from most movies at that time. These risks could have backfired, but Nichols' talent and confidence allowed him to experiment boldly. Because of his willingness to explore new ways of storytelling, the film became a huge success and helped him gain recognition as a creative and inventive filmmaker in Hollywood. His approach showed that taking chances with your art can lead to outstanding results. and his work in The Graduate continues to influence filmmakers today. Anne Bancroft, though primarily known for her powerful acting in films and theater, was also involved in a scene that became quite famous for its unique style and visual impact. In a particular sequence, a montage depicted Benjamin's movements going back and forth between Mistress Robinson's bed and a swimming pool. This visual sequence was set to the song The Sound of Silence, and it didn't follow the usual style of traditional movie scenes. Instead, it resembled a music video, with its rhythmic editing and artistic flair. The montage's innovative approach stood out because of how it combined the music and visuals in a way that made the scene more than just a part of a film. It turned it into a visual and emotional experience. This style of editing and presentation was new at the time and influenced how future music promos and videos were made, showing the potential for film sequences to be more artistic and expressive. The effect was striking, and it helped set a trend for integrating music and imagery seamlessly, opening the door for future creative explorations in visual storytelling. Anne Bancroft's involvement in this memorable sequence adds an interesting chapter to her legacy, illustrating how film techniques can reach beyond the traditional to create something that resonates on a deeper level. Despite having a modest budget of only $3 million, Anne Bancroft's film The Graduate achieved incredible success at the box office. The movie earned over $100 million in the United States alone, which was a remarkable feat for a film with a relatively unknown cast and crew. This financial achievement drew large crowds to theaters, with long lines forming as audiences eagerly wanted to see the story unfold. The film quickly gained popularity and became the third highest-grossing movie ever shortly after its release, a rare accomplishment for a film during that time. Even many years later, when the figures are adjusted for inflation, The Graduate still ranks high among the most successful movies, surpassing many other well-known and iconic films. This level of box office success not only brought fame to the film, but also to Anne Bancroft and others involved, showcasing their talent on a grand scale. Her role in the film helped solidify her reputation as a talented actress, capable of contributing to a major cinematic hit that captivated audiences across generations. The enduring popularity of The Graduate demonstrates its significant place in film history and Anne Bancroft's lasting impact in the industry. After the success of The Graduate, Hollywood began to change its approach to filmmaking. The film's popularity showed that audiences were eager for stories that were different and unconventional. This success gave Hollywood the confidence to take more chances on projects that were outside the normal range of movie formulas. Producer Lawrence Terman played a key role in this change by deciding to buy the rights to The Graduate. His bold decision proved to be very wise because the movie became a big hit. This victory encouraged other filmmakers and producers to pursue unique and daring ideas, knowing that audiences might embrace something new and different. As a result, Hollywood gained more freedom to explore a variety of themes and styles, broadening the types of movies being made. The success of The Graduate marked a turning point in Hollywood, inspiring a period of creative freedom where films could be more experimental and original. This shift helped open the door for many more innovative movies and allowed directors and writers to push boundaries. The influence of The Graduate and Lawrence Terman's gamble demonstrated that taking risks sometimes leads to great reward, changing Hollywood's attitude towards storytelling forever. During the filming of the climactic church scene, there was a notable incident involving Hoffman that interrupted the production. As the scene reached its emotional peak, Hoffman, who was deeply involved in his role, accidentally damaged a piece of irreplaceable glass, a crucial element for the scene. The glass was very fragile and valuable, and its destruction could have led to significant delays and added costs, so the Reverend on set immediately halted filming to address the issue. Recognizing the importance of calming the situation, Hoffman quickly realized that he needed to fix the disruption. To do so, he carefully tapped the glass lightly with his palms in a gentle manner, making sure not to cause any further damage. This act was a way to soothe the Reverend and continue shooting without further issues. Despite the setback, the scene was eventually completed after Hoffman's careful effort to repair, or at least momentarily stabilize, the damaged glass. This incident showed how unpredictable moments during filming can happen, especially in scenes that involve delicate props, and it demonstrated Hoffman's quick thinking to keep the production moving forward smoothly. The Reverend's initial concern over the irreplaceable glass highlighted how important set pieces are in creating the perfect atmosphere for a scene. The incident became a small but memorable event on set, illustrating the unpredictable nature of filming and the need for calm and focus in moments of unexpected trouble. Anne Bancroft delivered an unforgettable performance as Mistress Robinson in the film The Graduate, a role that became iconic and deeply influential in popular culture. The movie introduced the then unfamiliar concept of a cougar through her character, who was portrayed as an older woman seducing a much younger man. This portrayal was groundbreaking because it challenged traditional ideas about age and desire, showing that a woman could take on a bold, seductive role regardless of her age. Bancroft's portrayal of Mistress Robinson was both complex and controversial, capturing the audience's imagination and sparking conversations about relationships and age differences. Her character was confident, cunning, and alluring, characteristics that set a new standard for depictions of mature women in film. As a result of her performance, Mistress Robinson became a cultural synonym for the term cougar, embodying the image of an older woman seeking companionship or romance with younger men. This characterization has persisted in popular culture, inspiring real-world conversations and depictions. Bancroft's role was a turning point, helping to reshape how women of a certain age could be seen on screen, not just as figures of admiration or care, but as independent characters with their own desires and agency. Thanks to her compelling performance, the concept of the cougar entered the mainstream and remains a recognizable part of cultural dialogue to this day. After the movie titled The Graduate received a poor response early on, Dustin Hoffman and director Mike Nichols decided to promote the film by visiting colleges across the United States. They believed that reaching out directly to students would help generate interest and improve the film's reputation. This strategy proved successful as Hoffman, in particular, gained financially from this effort, while the college tour also created buzz around the movie among younger audiences. Today, the campus at UC Berkeley is known for offering popular tours that highlight the locations featured in The Graduate. Visitors and students alike show a keen interest in these sites because of the film's lasting influence on popular culture. The tours allow people to see where important scenes were shot and learn about the movie's significance in film history. Over time, The Graduate became an iconic film, admired not only for its story, but also for its impact on filmmaking and youth culture during the 1960s. The college visits and the spotlight on UC Berkeley have kept the movie's legacy alive, attracting new generations who want to connect with its history. As a result, the film remains a popular topic among film fans and students, with UC Berkeley's location serving as a reminder of the movie's enduring influence. Additionally, Anne Bancroft's role in The Graduate played a significant part in appealing to youth audiences. Her portrayal of Mistress Robinson brought a sense of realism and complexity that resonated with younger viewers. The film itself broke traditional Hollywood molds by tackling themes that were considered controversial at the time, such as manipulation, rebellion, and societal expectations. This daring approach made the movie stand out and attracted a new generation eager to see stories that reflected their own struggles and feelings. As a result, studios began to see the importance of targeting younger viewers and including more provocative and unconventional topics in films. The success of The Graduate showed that movies could be both thought-provoking and commercially successful, leading to a shift in Hollywood's approach to filmmaking. This shift encouraged filmmakers to explore new themes and appeal to the changing tastes of the youth, who were looking for stories that spoke directly to their experiences and challenges. Anne Bancroft's performance helped to elevate this movement, making her a memorable figure in cinema history for her role in shaping Hollywood's focus on youth appeal. Her contribution helped open doors for future films that would continue to challenge conventions and push boundaries. Anne Bancroft, an acclaimed actress, is often remembered for her powerful performances and her ability to portray complex characters. One of her most notable roles was as Mistress Robinson in the film The Graduate. This film is known for its themes that serve as a critique of society, many of which still seem to have importance today. The movie explores the pressure young people face to choose a career path and the disillusionment that can come with those choices. It also satirizes the influence of religion and how it can be used to manipulate individuals. Additionally, the film critiques capitalism and materialism, highlighting how societal values often focus on success and possessions rather than personal fulfillment. More than 50 years after the film's release, these themes continue to resonate with modern audiences because issues like education, religion, and capitalism remain relevant. The story captures universal concerns about identity, purpose, and societal expectations, making it a timeless piece. Anne Bancroft's performance as Mistress Robinson was praised for its depth and subtlety, helping to elevate the film's powerful message. Her portrayal contributed to the film's lasting impact and its ability to provoke thought across generations. The themes of societal critique in The Graduate underscore how cultural discussions about education, religion, and economic values continue to be vital and often debated topics in today's world. Anne Bancroft's legacy is forever linked to this culturally significant work, which remains relevant and compelling even decades later. The famous poster from The Graduate, depicting Benjamin looking at a stocking-clad leg, has become an iconic image in film history. Interestingly, the leg in the poster is not that of Anne Bancroft, who played Mistress Robinson, but rather that of Linda Gray, an actress who was virtually unknown at the time. Gray would later become famous for her role in the television series Dallas. Despite the success of The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman, who starred as Benjamin, did not receive a massive paycheck. Although he earned $177,000 for his role, his net pay after taxes and expenses amounted to only $4,000. Hoffman was living modestly at the time, and even filed for unemployment, having saved just $3,000. This contrast between the film's success and Hoffman's personal financial situation highlights the often unpredictable nature of the entertainment industry. On set, there was an incident where Catherine Ross confronted Dustin Hoffman after she saw him pinch her buttock. This act of inappropriate behavior happened in front of others and caused her to speak out about his misconduct. Unfortunately, this was not an isolated case, as actress Anne Bancroft also experienced a lack of respect for her personal boundaries during filming. During a scene, Hoffman touched Bancroft's breast without her consent, reflecting the era's disregard for actors' boundaries and personal comfort. These incidents highlight how actors often faced uncomfortable situations that they could not easily address at the time. It shows that respect and consent were sometimes ignored in the rush to produce films, and actors had to navigate situations that could undermine their sense of safety and dignity. Despite their talent and professionalism, many actors endured inappropriate behavior on set without proper support or protections. This context reveals the difficult environment many endured, where their boundaries were often overlooked or dismissed. Today, such incidents are recognized as serious misconduct, and there is more awareness about respecting personal space and consent in the entertainment industry. These stories remind us how far the industry has come, and how important it is to maintain boundaries and ensure safety for everyone involved in filmmaking. As the scene unfolds, viewers see Benjamin and Elaine sitting together on a bus, capturing their feelings at that moment. The camera lingers on their faces, showing a mix of happiness and hope. This final shot is famous because it is so simple yet powerful. The scene begins with a sense of joy, as both characters look ahead with smiles, feeling hopeful about their future. However, as the camera continues to hold on them, a shift happens. Their expressions begin to change, revealing doubt and uncertainty. The happiness turns into questions about what is coming next, about what their future really holds. This transition from joy to doubt makes the scene very moving and realistic. It symbolizes the complicated feelings that can come with making big decisions and starting new chapters in life. The way the scene is shot and the expressions on their faces help viewers feel what Benjamin and Elaine are experiencing inside. It leaves us thinking about how life can be unpredictable and full of mixed emotions. This ending is considered one of the most memorable in cinema because it so perfectly captures the complexities of love and life, all in a quiet, simple shot on a bus. It makes us reflect on how happiness and doubt often go hand in hand, especially when facing the future. Many people remember this scene because it is both beautiful and thought-provoking, leaving a lasting impression that resonates long after the film ends. Its power lies in its honesty, showing that even moments of joy can be tinged with uncertainty, making it a truly iconic closing scene in film